Hello friends. Why are sea turtles great? Sea turtles belong to the class of reptiles, which means they are reptiles. Reptiles are ectothermic, commonly known as cold-blooded, lay eggs, have scales or had, at some point in their evolutionary history, breathe through the lungs, and have 3 or 4 chambered hearts. Sea turtles have a carapace or upper shell that flows to help them swim in a lower shell, called plastron. The carapace, among all but one species, is covered in hard scouts. Unlike land turtles, sea turtles cannot return to their shells. They have paddle-like flippers. Although their flippers are great for guiding them through the water, they are rarely suitable for walking on land. They also breathe air, so a sea turtle must come to the surface of the water when it needs to do so, which can put them at risk for their boats. The United States, Mexico and Brazil have the most species of tortoises in the world. Most sea turtle species take a long time to become, and as a result, these animals survive a long time. The life expectancy of sea turtles is estimated at 70 to 80 years. So let's start today's episode. So welcome to the Real Uncommon and Interesting 24 channel. Dear friends, there are 7 species of sea turtles in the world: green, loggerhead, camphor ridley, olive ridley, hawkbill, flatback and leatherback. There are 6 characteristic hard shells that we can all recognize, but different, with a leatherback, a layer of skin on top of a mosaic of bone plates. Sea turtles live in all oceans worldwide except the polar regions. They spend most of their lives by the sea, returning to the land of females only to lay 100 eggs at a time. Most adults will not survive, although it can live more than 100 years. Depending on the tissue species, sea turtles are about 2 to 6 feet in size and weigh between 100 and 2,000 pounds. The Ridley turtle of camp is the smallest and the leatherback is the largest. Green and olive Ridley sea turtles live in tropical and subtropical waters around the world. Leatherbacks nest on tropical beaches but move north to Canada. Loggerhead and hawksbill tortoises live in temperate and tropical waters in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Ridley turtles of the camp hang on the shores of the West Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico, and flatbacks are found only near the Australian coast. Food: they spend most of their day hunting for food. For leatherbacks, this means searching for jellyfish, but for others it varies. Adult green turtles, such as cypresses and algae, are ubiquitous in other species. They provide whole foods ranging from cigars and algae to sponges, mollusks, fish and worms. Most turtles are carnivores, but each adapts to a specific prey. Loggerheads prefer fish, jellyfish and hard-shelled lobster and crustaceans. Leatherbacks feed on jellyfish, salpus, crustaceans, squid and urchins. Hawksbills use their bird-like beaks to feed on soft corals, anemones and sea sponges. To the right of flatback squid, sea cucumbers, soft corals and mollusks. Green turtles are carnivorous at a young age, but they are vegetarian as adults, eating seawater and cigars. Camp's Ridley turtles prefer crabs, and olive infestations are ubiquitous, preferring jellyfish, snails, crabs and shrimp diets but snacking from algae and seaweed. Reproduction and offspring: all sea turtles, and all turtles, lay eggs, so they are ovaries. Depending on the species, it can take 5 to 35 years for them to become sexually active. During this time, males and females migrate to breeding grounds, often near the nesting areas. Males and females are suitable for offshore males, and females travel to nest to lay their eggs. Although sea turtles spend time outdoors, sea turtles always return to the same beach to breed and often travel long distances to get there. Surprisingly, the females return to the same beach where they were born from the egg, although this may still be 30 years later and the beach appearance has changed drastically. The female sea turtles bury their eggs in the sand of the beach where they were born. After laying her eggs, the female sea turtle returns to the sea and leaves her eggs under the sand to lay their nests in their nests. Sea turtle eggs should be hatched 45 to 70 days before hatching. The length of the incubation period is affected by the temperature of the sand that lays the eggs. Eggs hatch more quickly if the nest temperature is warm. So if the eggs are kept in a sunny place and there is a limitation of rainfall, they can spread within 45 days. On the other hand, eggs kept in a shady place or in cold weather can take longer to hatch. Temperature also determines the sex of hatching. Colder temperatures favor more male development and warmer temperatures favor more female development. Sea turtles hatch from shore eggs and then spend several years outdoors. Then they go straight into the ocean and start life at sea. Conservation status and threat: today, 7 different species of sea turtles are at risk of extinction, so we need help. The decline in the world's sea turtle population was largely due to sea turtles being caught by large-sized fishing boats. Threats to sea turtles include coastal development, which reduces nest habitat or renders former habitat unsuitable, collecting turtles for eggs or meat, boating and fishing gear, involving marine debris, or naval traffic and climate change. Also, the biggest problem is garbage. Sea turtles can become litter and floating debris or accidentally eat a floating plastic bag for jellyfish for dinner. Litter can prevent baby turtles from reaching the sea. Other threats include poaching, global warming and coastal development. Marine turtles are overworked and severely depleted because shellfish and shells are used as handicraft materials, including hawksbill turtles, and eggs are an important source of farm protein. Now all species are under strict protection and artificial insemination is also going on all over the world. In Japan, loggerhead cancels land and lay eggs in the province of Chiba off the Pacific Ocean, and green turtles land on the islands of Ogasawara, Yakushima, and Tamai on the island of Nansei. Attempts are currently being made to artificially develop green turtles in Chichijima and Okinawa. If you like the video, you can share it, and if you like the secret uncommon interesting video, but subscribe to the channel, Real Uncommon and Interesting 24, now. So it looks like you'll be fine until then in the next episode. Thanks.